The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Oldham High School's basketball starts now.
Basketball on Glycod.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service in Crestwood, making your life easier with quality products and quality service. Find out more at andersonsales.com.
And back here, Oldham County High School, as we continue to get you set for Oldham High School's basketball. Apologies for the audio issues there in that open, but we are good to go now and excited to bring you this contest. Justin Kalen alongside Gary Forrest, and we'll bring you the action right over 25 minutes from now. But for now, let's go ahead and get to the interview with Simon Kenton head coach Trent Steiner. I caught up with him prior to the game here tonight. Back here at Oldham County High School as we continue to get you set with your Oldham High School's basketball coverage tonight on Glycod. Justin Kalen now joined by Simon Kenton head coach Trent Steiner. Coach, in your 22nd season now, you all are 7-4 on the year, currently on a 5-game winning streak. What's been working well for you?
Well, if I knew, I'd be a lot smarter, make more money. So I just think the first 2 games, everything was going well. We were making shots, and we went through a 4-game stretch where we weren't making shots. Not just perimeter shots, we weren't making crip shots. So we were missing 10 and 13 and 15 shots within 2 foot of the rim. So when the shots start falling, we start getting a little bit better. It sounds cliche, but it's the truth. When the shots fall, we're pretty good.
Definitely makes it easier, no doubt about it. Speaking of making it easier, you've got 3 senior leaders on this team in Jay Bilton, Bodie Stone, and Jordan Bach. All those guys have plenty of experience playing for you. How helpful has that been transitioning with the younger guys, with those guys?
It really is crazy because those guys have played so much and have been around so much that we can do a lot more stuff in practice because I've got those kids coaching the kids that play in behind them, and they do a good job of taking ownership of what the program is, because like Jordan and Jay and Bodie, those guys want the kids to play after them to have successful careers as well. So it's really good to see, honestly.
Great to hear that. What have you seen in this Oldham County team, watching them on film, anything that stand out?
They're big. They look big on film, and I know the one kid's been hurt, the Markham film. I don't know if he's playing tonight or not, but it looks like they've been a little bit up and down and a little bit unhealthy. So hope they don't feel better tonight.
All right, Coach. And finally, any expectations for this one?
We just need to play hard and make some shots.
All right. Well, best of luck here tonight. That was head coach for Simon Kenton, Trent Steiner. This is Justin Kalen. We'll be back on the other side with your inside look coming up next right here on Glycod.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware at 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life. Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash. Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
Back here at Oldham County High School as we continue to get you set for Oldham High School's basketball this evening. Justin Kalin, Gary Forrest back alongside you as we have got a whale of a game going on in the JV game right now, 52-50 with 15 seconds left. But we've got to bring you your inside look for the varsity contest as your inside look on tonight's game is presented by Blinds Direct. Looking for the best in home decor at Blinds Direct. They offer custom blinds, wallpaper, and more. Proudly serving Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com for the area's best selection. Coach, let's go ahead and start with the visiting Simon Kenton Pioneers. Inside look for them here in this one.
Well, coached by Trent Steiner, been there 22 years as a head coach. That's the second longest tenure in this region. He's hard-nosed, and his kids exemplify that when they play for him. And tonight's game, I don't think will be any difference. They will flat get after you. Nothing will be passive.
Yeah, and there you see on the graphic as well, also 8-9 players deep, so that's a luxury to have for Coach Steiner, and so far it has helped them out to a 7-4 record. How about for Oldham County under head coach Chris Renner, who's in his first season now here? Inside look at them, Coach.
Well, first of all, you can't say enough about Coach Renner. You know, the success he had at Ballard High School, got out of coaching for a couple of years, and like a lot of us, you know, he got out and it pulled him back in. He's here at Oldham. He's having to rebuild, and as a result, they've had their ups and downs early. A lot of kids have been injured, you know, and as a result, he plays a lot of youth. He'll play a lot of kids, sometimes out of necessity about who's healthy tonight. Mm-hmm. So they're still yet to be figured out what they're going to do. I like the Bryant kid. He's an 8th grader. Markham, who is a senior but has played sparingly. It'll be interesting. Anytime that OC plays Simon Kenton, the old cliche, throw out the records, they're going to get after one another.
Absolutely. We'll see how it all shakes out here in this one. The series, by the way, we'll touch on it more later, but very close between these two teams. So excited to see how this one shakes out as the JV contest has officially wrapped up with Simon Kenton getting a 53-50 win over the Colonels. We'll go ahead and step aside for our next break here, come back on the other side, and we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Renner. Coach got to talk with him prior to this one, but prior to this break, let me let you know that this broadcast is authorized by Oldham County High School with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. We'll be back on the other side, and we'll hear from head coach Chris Renner on the other side right here on Glycod.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
Check it. Ooh. Need a better battery? Get an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Should have had an Interstate.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
This is Gary Forrest coming to you live from Oldham County High School, where tonight, 8th Region Boys Basketball. It's the Colonels taking on the Simon Kenton Pioneers. I'm here with Coach Chris Renner. Coach, we're about 10 games into the season. It's kind of been like the walking wounded starting this summer, and still looking at some of those things. I guess you're finally settling in?
Yeah, you know, when we started working with the guys this summer, we saw a really great group of kids that we thought could have a special season. Obviously, some injuries have really dampened some of that progress that we thought we would have to this point right now. But we're starting to get a few guys healthy. We're starting to get those that can play this year able to play, and now we just need to get them on the floor, get some chemistry, and just start playing a little bit better.
Okay, we were talking earlier tonight, as mentioned earlier, the starting lineup has kind of been flip a coin and stuff. Can you share that with us tonight, who you have going tonight?
Yeah, tonight we got Nolan Leche is back. He was out for about 4 games with ankle injury, played the last few games, but still not 100%. Will Hinkle will be starting, and Will's been pretty much playing all year. He's been one of the few guys healthy. Ty Bryant will be starting as well. Ty missed a game and a half, but he's back full strength. Tim Rankin is starting for us. Has pretty much been healthy all year since football. And then Henry Markham will be back again. Henry played 3 games and then missed the last game just because we were concerned about maybe a recurring foot injury, but was cleared, and he's 100%. So we think we've got we've had a couple good practices, and we're in better position to play better basketball tonight.
Coach, have you ever had a team as young as this team?
Well, first of all, I've never in my 30 years of being head coach had this many injuries during the course of a season, especially this early. It's just been a revolving door, especially for a program that new coaching staff comes in and we're changing some things up, and you have to get better through practice. But when guys can't practice because of injury, it really takes a toll. And then also there's times we're out there and we've got 2 8th graders and a freshman and 2 sophomores. And so it's been great. We're getting experience, but it's time that experience is maybe used for some of those kids for JV, and we focus on winning some basketball games.
Well, there's always a trade-off when you go with the youth, and it's usually because of injuries and things of this sort. You've heard it from Coach Chris Renner, the brand new coach here at Oldham County High School, where tonight they play host to the Simon Kenton Pioneers. Coach, good luck to you.
Thank you. Yep.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware at 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics, and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycon.
And back here, Oldham County High School, Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest back with you as we continue to get you set for Oldham High School's basketball here tonight. The Simon Kenton Pioneers at 7-4 set to do battle with the 2-8 Oldham County Colonels. Coach, I want to touch on the interviews a little bit here. I was talking to Coach Steiner earlier tonight. We heard the interview moments ago. He brought up the term crip shots. Can you explain that to not only me but our listeners out there as well?
Well, for new age people that watch and listen to hoops on the radio, internet, whatever it may be, a crip shot is the term used long ago for what we call today layups.
Okay, well, there you have it. So now I'm going to delve into the world of crib shots when I get home. So thanks to Coach Steiner for sending me down a rabbit hole there with that one. It's time now for your starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Mortensen Family Dental. A healthy smile means a healthier you. Visit Mortensen Dental to locate an office near you. Let's first start for the Simon Kenton Pioneers. As I mentioned, 7-4 on the season as they're going to trot out number 1 Tyson Weaver. He is a 6-foot sophomore averaging 3.7 points per game. Braden Polly wears number 4. He is a senior as well. 6'3" and averaging 5.4 points per game. Eddie Marks will get the starting nod, a 6-foot sophomore averaging just under 5 points a game. Jordan Bach, one of the more important players on this team, he wears number 23, a 6'1" senior averaging just under 9 points a game, also leads the team with 27 threes. And Bodie Stone, a 6'7" senior averaging 10 points a contest, 8.5 rebounds a game, has had 2 double-doubles on this season as well, wearing number 50. Coach, what do you make of that starting lineup for Simon Kenton?
Well, you know, as you mentioned earlier, they played tonight without Jay Bilton, one of their starters. Has led them for a couple of years, so it's a big miss right now. But they're about 8 deep. They just can't go as deep now. There is a good inside mix of inside and out. They've got about 4 kids that are in love with threes, and you've got the big Stone kid inside who averages right at 10 points a game. They'll mix it up there as well.
Yeah, Jay Bilton, you mentioned, out for this one tonight, dealing with a small injury. Nothing serious, but he's going to have to miss this contest. He is the team's leading scorer at 10.7 points per game. Also averages 2.5 rebounds a contest as well. How do you navigate around that if you're Coach Steiner, not having your best player, one of your senior leaders out on the floor?
Well, one of the things he mentioned earlier is that his seniors lead by example. And it's good that he has more than 1 or 2. You know, in this case, he had 3 senior starters, so they'll miss the one, but the others they'll do a good job leading the younger ones as they have already. So that's a plus that you have a strong senior class.
Yeah, we'll see how it shakes out for Simon Kenton tonight. Now let's turn our attention to the starters for the Oldham County Colonels. As I mentioned, 2-8 on the season under head coach Chris Renner in his first year. They're going to trot out number 3, Nolan Leche, a 6-foot senior. Number 5, Will Hinkle is a 5'7" junior. Hinkle averaging 7 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, and 5 assists a game. So kind of filling up the stat sheet is the junior. Tim Rankin, a 6'4" senior, 7.2 points per game, 5.6 rebounds a contest, wearing number 21. Henry Markham, the guy we touched on, Coach, 6'6" senior, wearing number 23, averaging 12 points a game, over 10 rebounds a game as well, to go along with 3.3 steals. And Ty Bryant, wearing number 34, an 8th grader, just 6'2", 10.7 points per game, 4.5 rebounds as well. What do you make of that starting lineup?
Well, they're youthful. I'll say that much for them. And if they can keep what they have healthy, you'll see continued improvement as the year goes on. Just the last 2 games against good opponents, I've seen improvement in their scores and such. You know, I think Coach Renner hit in the early interview on a very important thing. Not only does it hurt you when you have kids that are hurt that can't practice, it inhibits your practices because you don't have healthier, better players to go against. So that sometimes causes you to have to pull back, and then you get penalized for being hurt and then not having them there as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Let me touch a little bit more on Henry Markham, the 6'6" senior. If you've been around this area, you've seen Henry Markham play. He's been a phenomenal player here at Oldham County over the years, averaging a double-double, Coach, and to go along with that, 3.3 steals a game as well. That's very impressive stuff by Markham.
It very is, you know, and for 3 years, he's been capable of producing numbers like that. But the old boogaboo, if you will, is the fact that he has a hard time staying healthy. And if they can keep him healthy, you're going to see the team continue to improve.
Absolutely. So we'll see how this one shakes out tonight. By the way, Simon Kenton, 60 points per game is what they're putting up. They're allowing 52. Oldham County not far behind. They're putting up 56 a game, but they're allowing almost 68, Coach. How do they get those numbers closer together if you're Coach Renner in Oldham County?
Well, it's consistency. And, because of illnesses and injuries, it's hard to be consistent.
Sure. Yeah, no doubt about it. And you would know, as this is the house of Gary Forrest, we got to allude to it every time we're here. Got the banner up on the wall. So always love coming here. Gary knows everybody in this building, it seems like. So we are certainly excited for this one as both teams now making their way back out of the locker room for some final pregame warm-ups. We'll step aside for a quick break here, come back on the other side, and we'll get you some series information to go along with the rest of our pregame notes. So stick with us for that. You're watching Oldham High School's basketball right here on Glycod.
Blind Direct, not just blinds. Blind Direct, not just blinds.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
Back here at Oldham County High School. Oldham County High School's basketball on tap for you this evening right here on Glycod. Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest on the call for you this evening. Tim Bryan, our on-site producer. Vicki Bryan operating the camera for us this evening. And we're looking forward to what should be a fun game. Let's go ahead and take a look at the series. I alluded to it a little bit earlier in our pregame. Pretty tight, Coach, as Oldham County leads at 13-9 since 2006, but Simon Kenton has won the last three. You have to go all the way back to 2021 for the Oldham County's last win, a 65-47 win over Simon Kenton. Let me ask you, because you spent a lot of time in this gym coaching, as a series info like that, does that motivate you at all as a coach, knowing if you're Coach Renner and your team's lost the last three? Does that provide anything extra?
I think the bottom line is, as coaches, we know those numbers and stuff, but it's what you get across to the kids. You could have won the last 10 in a row. If they believe they can win, their minds are that way. If they, for some reason, don't think they can, then you're going to have to work really hard to change that mindset.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll see how this one shakes out. Hopefully we get a game comparable to that JV contest where Simon Kenton won 53-50. Pioneers will be in their road blue uniforms with Oldham County in their home white uniform. So really looking forward to this one. Coach, before we send it for our final break, anything else you want to add here in our pregame?
No, this has been a great rivalry since Simon was placed into the 8th region. They're always a very comfortable squad. They're a big school on the fringes of Northern Kentucky. About 80 miles separate the schools. But of all the Oldham schools, I think Oldham and Simon have played each other just about every year since they were placed in the 8th region. That's been almost 20 years ago.
By the way, Simon Kenton just under a month ago got a win over South Oldham 63-51, so they're going to want to keep it rolling here tonight in this one. As both teams head over to their sidelines, we get set for the national anthem and starting lineups. We'll step aside for our final pregame break, come back on the other side, and we'll bring you the opening tip. Stick with us. You're watching Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
From Glycod, it's Oldham High School's basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Oldham County Solid Waste Management, featuring the Waste Wizard search engine. Anderson's Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gelly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. German American Bank, serving our community since 1910. LaGrange Service Center, Mortensen Family Dental, Operation Parent, and Financial Solutions Incorporated. Now courtside for all the action of Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
Blind Direct, not just blinds. Blind Direct, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
Back here at Oldham County High School as we are just about set for Oldham High School's basketball here this evening between the Simon Kenton Pioneers and the Oldham County Colonels. Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest back alongside you as we have wrapped up our national anthem, and now the starting lineups being introduced now. We'll go ahead and bring those to you again as Simon Kenton's starters being announced. Tyson Weaver, a 6-foot sophomore. Braden Polly, a 6'3 senior. Eddie Marks, a 6-foot sophomore. Jordan Bach, a 6'1 senior. And Bodie Stone, a 6'7 senior. The final starter for Simon Kenton under the direction of Coach Trent Steiner in his 22nd season. The second longest tenured coach in the 8th region, behind only Steve Simpson and South Oldham. As the Oldham County starters being announced now, let's go ahead and get you those one more time. Nolan Leche, a 6-foot senior. Will Hinkle is a 5'7 junior. Tim Rankin, a 6'4 senior. Henry Markham, a 6'6 senior. And Ty Bryant, a 6'2 8th grader. As both teams now out on the floor. And we are just about set for this one, Coach. Any expectations in this one?
No, I just think both teams are going to get nose to nose and play that way for 4 quarters. That's the way they've been brought up.
Now let's hope we see just that, as it's going to be Bodie Stone tipping it off with Henry Markham. Markham wearing number 23, Stone wearing number 50, as it'll be tapped out into the backcourt, and it'll be Oldham County. Well, now the officials looking at each other, and finally one makes a decision, says Oldham County basketball.
The first one didn't know, the second one didn't know, and the third one said, that away. Always smart for the home team to get that loose first ball.
Was the youngest of our officials, too, just making a decision.
Yep.
As that ball tapped out of bounds in the backcourt by Weaver.
2-2-1 used by the Kitten.
We're going to force some pressure in the backcourt, as now into the front court come the Colonels. Dropping it down low for Markham. He'll try to go to work. Cross court for Bryant, and Bryant's shot blocked away. Back comes Simon Kenton. That's Marks out there wearing number 21 as opposed to 22, and the three-pointer splashed home that time by Jordan Bach.
Bach wasted no time squaring up and knocking down that three from the corner.
Here's Markham with it for Oldham County, looking for their first points of the game. Over to the left.
Simon Kenton employing a 2-3 defense.
Hinkle inside for Rankin, leaves it off for Markham, who gets it to fall.
Oldham County, three-quarter court 2-2-1. So both teams using the 2-2-1, trying to speed up play.
Does that help one team or the other, Coach?
Well, if you use it a lot and you're comfortable with it, it does.
Simon Kitten now back with it as Weaver gives it off over to Eddie Marks. Marks thought about the shot, instead leaves it out for Polly. There's Jordan Bach looking for his second bucket. Instead kicks it out for Polly. Now with Weaver.
Simon Kenton very patient against this zone.
And Weaver gets a shot he likes, kind of shrugs on him after he knocks it through. And the Pioneers leading by 3.
Against a 2-2-1, you want to try to get the ball in the middle or reverse it up the far side.
Oldham County taking their time beating that one. Didn't have much time left as the 8th grader Bryant takes that one and can't get it to fall. Now Weaver quickly back. He'll kick it out. This 3 comes long as Marks couldn't get that one to fall, and now Bryant clears the rebound but nearly throws it away. And fortunately, Eddie Marks dribbles it on the inline, so it will stay with Oldham County. You see in your camera frame there, nice collection of Oldham County students in the house for this one. As Markham gets it across the timeline, now with Leche. Leche over to Hinkle, back to Leche.
Gets a 2-3. They're trying to reverse the ball, get it in the middle. Second shot, once again. I think Stone in his 6'7" size has bothered Oldham on the 2 shots they've gotten inside the paint.
Odie Stone at 6'7". Markham 6'6", so we expect that one to be a good battle throughout this one. The backcourt pressure continues here for Oldham County, but once again, Pioneers able to break it with ease, but are they going to be able to get out of this corner? And they do, getting it off to Stone. The extra pass to Polly, who lays it up and in.
Good ball reversal and the layup against Oldham's zone.
And nearly a forced turnover in the backcourt. 3 buckets, by the way, for Simon Kenton. 3 different scorers. That's pretty well been the case all season for them, just getting production out of everybody. As Leche picks up his dribble, somehow was able to get that up for Rankin. As now Bryant stop and pop. As Polly clears the board. Now Weaver directing traffic up top. Bodie. Over to the right now, Jordan Bach facing some trouble, and that ball's going to be poked loose. And quickly here comes Markham attacking the bucket, and he gets fouled, so a couple free throws upcoming for him.
Colonels did a good job getting the ball off the board on the miss. Markham sprinting down the floor. They hit him coming down the lane, and he gets fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Gotta love a big man that runs the floor. As Markham's first, and he doesn't get the roll. What's up with that, Coach? They're at home. That one should fall.
Well, if you watch his hand, let's watch as if he does it this time. Instead of following completely through, his hand kind of went off to the right. He should point right to the rim. There you go.
And that one splashes through. Third point of the game for Henry Markham, as he scored them all for the Colonels thus far. Weaver double teamed as he crosses the timeline. Good defensive intensity action here in this game as Stone can't get the layup to fall. Or crip shot, as Coach Steiner would say. Now in the corner for Rankin. Slick behind the back pass there as he gets it off for Bryant. Cross court now Hinkle. That shot might have been blocked again. Now here come the Pioneers. In the corner, it's Bray Bilton fired up, the younger brother of Jay. Rankin drives in, and he is going to get called for the charge. I love that call. I thought it was the right one, as Bilton got his body in the right position and just took the contact.
Well, we'll have our first disagreement of the night, I guess, Justin. My thing was, I thought Hinkle got fouled as he came down off the releasing the layup. You've got to give a man room to come down, and as a result, they set up under the basket so far. Thought they missed that one.
Now out back with Simon Kenton, and another three going to fall. This time it's Jordan Bach again. And trying to save it in play there. Can't do so. That was Brooks Keitlinger, a 6'2 junior who came in for Tim Rankin, the senior, who hobbled off the floor after he picked up the charge. So he's down below a stretching now. Simon Kenton leading by 7. Under 3 to play here in this first quarter. Now over for Braden Polly.
Kenton being very patient against the 2-3 zone.
Polly nearly throws that one away. A little too tall for Marty Taylor, but he's able to track it down, and then Weaver can't get the bucket to fall. But it will stay here with Simon Kenton. Marty Taylor provides a little more size for Simon Kenton, 6'4", also some leadership as he's one of the seniors on this roster. As Jordan Bach goes over to the sideline. And Polly passing this one in, deflected out of bounds. And they're going to say it's going to Oldham County.
Turnover number 3 for Simon Kenton. They've shot a good percentage. The 3 turnovers, really the only thing that they haven't exceeded very well.
Markham will stay in the backcourt to try to get this one across. Does so nicely. Now the mid-range jumper comes off and rebounded by the Pioneers again. Now into the corner here for Marks. He'll drive baseline. That shot misses. Gathers the rebound out for Bilton. Young Bray fires it up. That one long, and good rebound inside by Keitlinger. Now Hinkle on top Markham. Polly clears the board. As that one batted out of bounds. Got number 30 down there on the floor for Simon Kenton. I'll have to track down that player. We don't have a 30.
Welcome to being on the road.
As a kicked ball out of play here.
That could be anyone from a JV player who's dressing for the first time, or somebody's forgot their jersey and have to borrow one from a younger player.
I'm assuming that is probably Will Scobie, a 5'10 junior, but I'll get confirmation on that as he knocks down the 3. So we're going to give it to Scobie now, and that is exactly what the PA announcer said, so that is Scobie.
Scobie, one of their top 3 3-point shooters, so he looked like he knew what he was doing. Missed it over and back against Oldham. They were very fortunate.
Scobie, by the way, just under 6 points a contest this season. As we've got just over a minute left here in quarter number 1. Markham backs down. Leaves it off, nearly turns it over. Now floating it out to the perimeter. Up top, Hinkle thought about it. Drops it down low for Keitlinger, who faces all kinds of pressure, and he gets fouled, so the free throw line he goes. So Keitlinger will line it up. And that one sits on the front of the rim for seemingly 5 seconds there before falling off. One more shot here, and that one will fall through. Oldham County now 2 of 4 from the free throw line here in this first quarter. And here's going to be a turnover, a little too high, or a little too far rather, for Eddie Marks, and quickly the Colonels back the other direction. Looking for Markham inside. Hinkle picks up the dribble, gets it off for Markham. Back to Hinkle, who tries to track it down and now tries to save it in play, but they're going to say he stepped on the sideline.
Well, a good defensive play by Simon Kenton. The ball going out of bounds. The player was able to bounce it off of Hinkle's leg.
Bray Bilton now set to toss this thing in. And will. Marty Taylor In the backcourt up for Bilton. He'll spin in the lane. Good spin move there, and an even better finish for the younger brother of Jay Bilton. He's got his first bucket of the game. Now 15-4. Neidlinger on top. That's Jeremy Harmon. Now over Hinkle's three, and he gets it to fall, and that felt like a big shot there for the Colonels, as now a heave here at the buzzer by Scobie. Just falls off to the right, and that'll bring us to the end of our first quarter of play, 15-7. As we take a couple of looks at the highlights of that first quarter. It was a fun quarter. Better for Simon Kenton than Oldham County, but that'll wrap up quarter number one here. We'll step aside for a break. Come back with the second quarter play right here on Glycod.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
And back here, Oldham County High School, where it is a 15-7 lead for Simon Kenton after the first quarter of play. Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest on the call for you this evening. And, Coach, it was a great start in that first quarter for Simon Kenton. Maybe not a great start, but they put it together near the end of the quarter, and they take a sizable lead here into the second.
Simon, if they hadn't made 4 turnovers, would have had a really solid first quarter, scoring 15 points.
Markham inside for Oldham County. He gets a couple of cracks at it. Normally, if you give him a couple shots around the basket like that, he won't make it miss, but couldn't get it to fall there. As now the offensive foul called on Tyson Weaver as he used that off arm.
Right now, one of the things keeping Oldham in the game is that was turnover number 5 for Simon Kenton. Still in the 2-2-1. They've had success forcing Oldham to play fast.
As now the Colonels back in possession here. One thing we didn't really touch on in the pregame was the absence of Luis Nava, who's out for the season for Oldham County. That was a big hit, Coach.
It really was. You know, of the last 3 years, he's probably the most improved kid on Oldham's team. You know, 6'6", jumps really well, and was really going to give him a formidable inside game along with Markham. And, you know, still going through therapy, but the injury he had, I'm not sure it'll be one he can recover in this year.
Speaking of Markham, good take to the bucket there for him. Jeremy Harmon also out on the floor for Oldham County wearing number 4, a 6-foot junior. He's also putting up some points for them, nearly 10 points a game this season. As another 3 for Jordan Bach this time comes off. As Harmon gets it over to the left for Leche. Leche gonna set up the offense. In guarded by Weaver, picks up his dribble. Inside Markham. Markham tried to thread the needle, but the defense read that one perfectly. Good reactions there by Tyson Weaver to get the ball back for the Pioneers. First foul of the quarter against Oldham County. As Weaver faces minimal pressure in the backcourt this time.
Oldham straight man-to-man now, little change.
It's Jordan Bach. Already splashed home 2 threes in that first quarter. As now he gets it into the corner here for Weaver. His three a little to the left, but the rebound unable to be hauled in by Ty Bryant. So it'll stay here with Simon Kenton. As Coach Renner goes over to the water cooler, grabs him a cup. Now Marks' three. This time no good. Markham comes down with the board. Leche crossing the timeline.
Pioneers staying in that 2-3, stacking their guards out front. Little pressure out top, but it's still a 2-3.
Out for Bryant. His three. Got it. First points of the game for the 8th grader, who's averaging nearly 11 a contest.
Got a really nice looking stroke, and he doesn't get any hurry.
I was just thinking, does not look like he's an 8th grader. He's playing very composed here in the early portion of this game. As Weaver throws up a wild one. Now Harmon crossing the timeline with it. Leche back with Harmon.
Cardinals looking to rotate the ball against the 2-3. Try to get the numbers when you rotate it to the opposite side.
Harmon with it again, and tried to feed it into the corner for Keitlinger, taken away. As Polly with a good aggressive takeaway, and now a foul called down below.
Yeah, Harmon trying to get back, set up, take the charge, just didn't get there in time.
I didn't know any better. I'd say he was on the Oldham County football team. Heck of a tackle. 15-12. Simon Kenton yet to score here in this second quarter after they took an 8-point lead into the quarter, and now another takeaway as Will Hinkle jumps in front of the pass. Now Bryant for Harmon.
See, Oldham's trying to get the tempo of the game back to their liking, and in doing so, they've cut this lead down to 3.
Leche thought about a 3. Now Hinkle works it back to Ty Bryant. In the corner, Markham. Back to Bryant, who lays that one up and in.
Once again, the pace of the game back to what Oldham wants, and with that, a timeout by Coach Steiner. He's seen enough.
It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll sneak one in as well. Stick with us. We've got more second quarter action coming up for your Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
And back here, Oldham County High School, as we have got a 15-14 game in favor of Simon Kenton. By the way, for the latest updates on all things high school athletics, including continuous score updates, visit glycod.com. We really enjoy what we do and appreciate your support.
Oldham goes 2-2-1, gets their steal on the reverse turnover and a layup at the offensive end.
And Jeremy Harmon gives the Colonels the lead. First one of the game, or actually they led early in that first quarter.
Second turnover against this 2-2-1. Oldham 2 times after the timeout.
Now Leche in possession.
Turnover number 8 for the Pioneers.
Markham thought about the 3 and said steps in the line. Can't hit it, but he does get the rebound and foul. So a couple more free throws coming up for Henry Markham, who's 1 of 2 from the stripe today.
Well, one of the things we've seen happen here in the second quarter, whereas Simon Kenton has kind of gone cold in their shooting, haven't made many. Oldham is now even the rebounds up, both teams with 10 each.
See Coach Steiner down there on the bottom of your screen pleading his case with one of our officials as Markham's first free throw no good. And the second one, just like the first trip to the line, looks much better and falls through.
So the 2-2-1 been very good to Oldham here in the last couple of minutes.
Obi off for Polly. Polly tried to feed it down low for Stone, and Markham jumps the pass.
That's 3 straight possessions. Oldham's got a hand on the ball. Simon not being very secure with their passes.
And potentially that's where you're missing a guy like Jay Bilton, right, Coach?
I would think so. You know, they lose a senior that's that solid.
As Bodie Stone down below takes some contact, and he'll head to the free throw line for a pair.
Simon, a great job of getting the ball high-low. High man dumped it inside the Stone on the block, and he'll shoot 2.
And prior to the free throws, we are going to get a timeout taken by Coach Renner. A 30-second timeout as Oldham County leads this one by 2, under 3 to play here in this first half. As we get a look at that finish by Markham, and then the 3 by Ty Bryant. Another layup there by Ty Bryant. It's been a heck of a second quarter here for Oldham County coaches. They have now taken the lead. They've not let Simon Kenton score in this second quarter.
Well, one of the things we've noticed, just that last possession, the first time that Simon's gotten the ball inside the paint this quarter, they've been content on shooting threes, and when you're not making them, sometimes that's fool's gold.
We'll see if Bodie Stone can snap the streak at the free throw line here. Guy who's averaging over 10 points a contest, yet to score here in this one. And up and through. It's a good looking stroke as that second one comes off. So goes 1 of 2 from the stripe, and now Simon Kenton back to within 1.
Simon staying in that 2-3 zone.
Here's Leche. Markham gives him the screen. Now around the horn, Harmon in the corner. His 3, a little too much on it as Stone comes down with the board. Now here's Marks. Bray Bilton with it. He's going to get double teamed. And they're going to say he is fouled in the process.
Bryant got a little into the body, had him out there right on that half-court line. Let that line do your work. Instead, he sort of took him out of trouble when he fouled him.
Now Bilton with it in the backcourt. Being guarded by Hinkle here. Hits the screen, now leaves it off, cross court. Marks 3, got it.
Much better patience that time. Reversed the ball, got the open man the ball. 3-pointer, knock it down.
It's the first field goal of this second quarter for Simon Kenton, and they're back on top now by 2. As ball down low for Markham. That's a shot he'll normally make, but he can't convert that time.
I think Markham was expecting contact and went out, put it up a little bit harder. The defender laid off of him, and he missed it.
Now trying to go inside for Stone as Markham takes it away. Quickly up, Ty Bryant, his 3. Looking for another one, can't get it that time. Marks quickly up for Scobie. Now inside for Stone, takes some contact, gets the shot to fall, and will earn the and one opportunity as he comes up limping a little bit after the layup.
You know, there's a case of the big man running the floor right down the middle, and his teammate showed patience, waited a second or two for him, got him the ball right at the basket, and he'll shoot 2.
I think they had a little knee-to-knee contact there as Stone still flexing it as his free throw no good that time.
It's a 5-0 run right now for Simon.
6-0. So we're down to a minute left here in this first quarter. Jeremy Harmon in possession. Now Hinkle. Harmon, another 3 attempt. This time gets it to fall.
Well, right now, only 2 points for Simon Kenton in this second quarter. I'm sorry, excuse me.
6.
Yeah.
That's not your strong suit, Coach.
Apparently, I had not enough fingers on one hand.
As now Simon Kenton back in possession, leading by 1. Scobie will try another 3. As Bilton comes down with a board, and he'll attack the bucket and lay it up and in. Now 23-20. Harmon with it. That's the final possession here of this first quarter. As Oldham County just going to pass it around the perimeter. Now down to 5. Cross court for Bryant. Down to 2. They've got to force it. Hinkle will. And it comes up short. And that will bring us to our halftime break. An excellent quarter for Oldham County, getting themselves back in the game. And an even better job by Simon Kenton, finally finding some offense near the end of that second quarter. And we've got a close ball game heading to the halftime break. We'll step aside for a break as well. Come back on the other side, and we'll break it all down for you with some statistics from that first half, as well as a scoring update. So stick with us for that. We've got it coming up for you on your Oldham County High School's basketball coverage tonight on Glycod.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware, 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KID, confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics, and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Oldham County Solid Waste Management. Find out how to recycle or dispose of any item with Waste Wizard at oldhamcountyky.gov under Solid Waste Management.
And back here, Oldham County High School, as we are smack dab in the middle of our halftime break. 23-20, Simon Kenton leading over the Oldham County Colonels. Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest back here alongside you. And before we break into our halftime stuff, let me remind you that tonight's scoreboard is presented by Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions. Clarity for your financial future. Well, Coach, it was a 15-7 lead for Simon Kenton after the first quarter. They now just lead by 3 as Oldham County comes back with a vengeance in that second quarter, outscoring the Pioneers 13-8. How did it go?
Well, basically, Simon went the first 4 minutes of the quarter and only scored 3 points. And one of the things that contributed to that was they made turnovers rather than shots. And that's the great equalizer. Oldham took their time and their patience. They weren't in any hurry and were able to chip away and actually went ahead at one time, by a point, only to have Simon come back right at the end of the quarter, get back into what they wanted to do, knock down a couple of threes to build back their lead.
Turned out to be a very entertaining first half of action as both teams making their way out onto the court. So we'll step aside for our second break here, come back on the other side. We'll give you some team statistics as well as your individual scoring from that first half. Stick with us for that. Your Oldham High School's basketball coverage continues on Glycon.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Lycon.
And back here, Oldham County High School, as we are just about set for our second half of play. But first, we have got to bring you your first half statistics, brought to you by German American Bank. Support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more info. As there you see the shooting for both teams in that first half. Both teams 3 3-pointers. Both teams struggling at the free throw line a little bit, but they're making it work for a 23-20 game here, as we've got just under 15 seconds. Quickly, I'll bring you your individual scoring. Leading Simon Kenton was Jordan Bach with 6 points. 4 points for Bray Bilton. 3 points for Bodie Stone and Eddie Marks. 3 points for Will Scobie as well. 2 points for Tyson Weaver. 2 for Braden Polly. And for Oldham County, 5 guys find the scoring column. 6 points for Henry Markham. 5 for Jeremy Harmon and Ty Bryant. 3 points for Will Hinkle and 1 for Brooks Keitlinger. As we are underway here in this second half, Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest back alongside you.
Oldham County comes out man-to-man starting this second half, a different look.
And Bodie Stone going to take advantage of it as he lays that one up and in.
Stone takes it right into Markham and scores over him.
Now, Colonel's coming back the other way. By the way, Tim Rankin went down very early in that first quarter. He's got ice around that leg now, so we're expecting he's done for the night, so things becoming even more difficult for Oldham County as Hinkle can't get the 3 to fall, but the save now off for Bryant. Markham, and mid-range, that's wide open. Normally he'll knock that down, but it spins out. Well, the Pioneers will reset up top. And a takeaway here by Leche, who was scoreless in that first half. He'll get it on top for Bryant. Gets it right back.
Leche did a great job anticipating the pass, shot the gap, got the steal for the Colonels.
As now Bryant looking to drive baseline, has to get it back out on top.
Colonels being very patient. I think in the second quarter, this is what got them the lead. Very patient.
As Bryant, not so patient, will fire it from about 2 feet behind the line and gets it to fall.
You know, the 8th grader doesn't get in a hurry and takes good shots, and there he makes them pay.
Now out on top for Weaver, who looks over at Coach Steiner for the call. Back to a 2-point lead here for the Pioneers. Quick pass down low for Stone, flips it up. This time can't convert as Markham clears the board. Leche facing light pressure, gets it across. Screen by Markham, over for Bryant. Now Hinkle gets another one blocked, but he gets his own rebound and finds himself wide open for the finish.
Hinkle might want to use that up and under fake, as that's twice he's had his shot blocked because he just takes so much time. Lift that guy, let him fly by.
As Marks with a good look from 3, can't get it to fall. We're tied up here at 25. Bryant thought about another volleyball line 3, instead gets it over for Hinkle, who this time gets the shot off but can't convert. Now back out for Hinkle. Around the horn, Markham. Step back three for him. And Polly comes down with a rebound. A little bit of contact there as they're going to call the foul on Brooks Keitlinger.
You know, Oldham doing a really good job getting the ball inside and making Simon pay for it, but a little impatient the last two possessions down, put up the quick threes and not any success there. 1-2-2, now they're back man-to-man full. A little bit of adjustments.
Marks in the corner for Weaver. Battle for the board. Stone thought he had it. Instead, he knocks it out of play. And back to the Colonels it goes.
Colonels right now 2 for 8 in this third quarter.
Similar to how they started the game, right? It was a slow start for them.
Very much so. You know, they're getting the shots because they're out rebounding and forcing turnovers, but they're not able to make the basket. And there's another miss on the drive.
And Harmon with a good look there. Lightly contested, but he misses. And now in the corner, Bray Bilton can't get his shot to fall. Younger brother of Jay Bilton, the leading scorer for this Simon Kenton team. And now Bilton with the steal as he bullies his way right through a defender and lays it up and in. And with that, Coach Steiner wants a timeout to talk with his team as they lead by 2, 27-25 with 4:11 to play here in this third quarter. We'll sneak in a break here, come back on the other side with more Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
As it is a 27-25 game, Simon Kenton leading. Justin Kalen and Gary Forrest back alongside you. And a little bit of confusion there as we went to the timeout. It does not look like anything was called. Coach Steiner called the timeout, but then they pointed at Coach Renner. I didn't know what that was all about, but looks like we're good to go, Coach.
Very much so. The unknown reason for the timeout, they just scored a bucket. I guess we'll have to wait and find out.
As Hinkle in possession here for the Colonels.
Trying to play that matchup 2-3 zone right now.
Hinkle could have taken that three had he wanted. Instead, just drives in and gets it up and in. Now 7 points for the junior Will Hinkle.
Well, Oldham's been at their best when they've been patient on the half-court offense.
Now Polly going to drive baseline. Good anticipation by Bryant, knocking it out of play.
Here's old school basketball. You were always taught it's tough to throw the baseline pass from side to side because the defense flows across the lane of the pass. And there's been about 4 of those knocked out of bounds tonight.
As Eddie Marks receives the inbounds pass, now off for Stone. Back to Marks, being guarded by Bryant.
Bryant uses size on him. You know, even though he's an 8th grader, he uses size.
And speaking of size, how about that? The 6'7" Bodie Stone knocking down the tray ball.
Well, I think Stone said, if I'm not going to get the ball inside, give it to me out here. I'm open.
And he's now got 8 points in the ball game. As Oldham County barely getting that one across as Bryant will force up another three, and Henry Markham on the follow-up jams it home.
Well, not only was it a 2, it was a reinforced 2 on the missed 3. Markham flushed it coming down the lane.
That's a play that can reinvigorate your offense, as now the turnover by Simon Kenton on the other side as we get another look at that Markham putback with authority.
It's a great job of following the ball, and Markham was Johnny on the spot. 2-2-1 once again by Simon Kenton on the full, trying to keep the ball out of the middle.
As now the Colonels back to within one at 30-29. As they'll look to take the lead again here on this possession. As Harmon driving baseline, gets trapped, and now he loses it as a body's going to hit the floor. And that'll be a jump ball, and it's going to stay here with Oldham County. As Leche will inbound here. But first a substitution as Eddie Marks comes off the floor. Tyson Weaver back out there for Coach Steiner. As Leche out for Markham. Markham again attacking the bucket. Gets that one blocked away. Good effort there by Stone. And now Stone gonna get the pass. Was trying to reward him, but he can't convert. And here comes Hinkle. He'll go all the way in, and they call a block on that.
Well, you get your choice. There were two of the blue jersey Simon Kenton players, and Hinkle just split the middle. Kind of looked like bowling for dollars.
As now Hinkle will head to the stripe for the first time here tonight. And converts on the first one. Pure as the morning dew there. And he'll get the second one to fall. That's a good looking stroke there by Hinkle.
2-2-1 employed by the Colonels, full court.
Broken with ease here by Simon Kenton. Inside, Marty Taylor able to get his first bucket of the game.
Way too easy, way too easy. Just ran the floor right down the middle.
And now a deflection in the backcourt by Bilton. But Oldham County able to keep it, and close to a 10-second violation, and they just do get it over. Coach Steiner was losing his mind, and how about that floater up and in by the 8th grader? Ty Bryant now right at his average with 10 points here in this one. Scobie across for Weaver. Bryant with the gamble. Weaver floats it up, and rebounded by Harmon as we've got just over a minute left. Bryant trying to extend his team's lead. Over for Hinkle. Good look at three, and once again, he can't knock it down. Under a minute to play here in this third quarter. Inside for Stone, and he takes some contact. Bill Hinkle with 6 points here in this third quarter, up to 9 now in the game. It's really been a nice spark for Oldham County here in this third quarter. As Stone, speaking of nice spark, if that one would have went in, but rebounded inside by Taylor, and he is promptly fouled. Just the second foul of the quarter on Oldham County. I'm going to be honest, Coach, pretty cleanly played game in terms of the fouls.
Pretty much so. The second half, particularly, the pace itself is slowed down, and that makes the game look better.
Bilton misses the three there. Ball batted around. Bilton somehow comes up with it, and he can't convert close to the rim as it's rebounded by Harmon. Now Hinkle. Leche thought about the three, instead gives it back to Hinkle, tries to drop it down low for Bryant, take it away. Now 10 seconds left here in this third quarter. Bilton on top, Hinkle guards him. That ball tipped, now Harmon down to three. He realizes it now, heaves it from half court and nearly gets it to fall, as that'll bring us to the end of 33-32. We've got a great finish brewing here in this one. Make sure to stick around for the fourth quarter of play as we take a look at some of the highlights here from that third quarter, an exciting third quarter. Hopefully we get much more of the same in quarter number 4. Stick around for that. You're watching Oldham High School's basketball here tonight on Glycod.
Looking to ease the stress stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations. And
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance
Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest back alongside you. And Coach, this game was pretty much been everything we thought it would be, maybe even more up to this point.
Yeah, Oldham seems to favor a little bit slower, and they went on the boards, and when they were able to put pressure on Simon, Simon just turned it over.
And how about that bucket there by Braden Polly? And we talked about it in our pregame, this Oldham County team allowing about 68 points a game. Much better defensive effort here in this one. Now kicks it over to Harmon. And Harmon takes some contact in the corner. I believe they're going to get Tyson Weaver on the foul.
You know, that's one of those fouls. And as an official, you can call that every time down. You know, no harm, no foul. Neither side benefited. It's almost like the officials said, well, I haven't called anything in a while. I better blow the whistle.
Leche.
Got to get it in.
Throws it into the backcourt for Markham, who somehow tracks it down. Had to work his way around Coach Steiner there. As now Keitlinger puts the ball on the deck, and more bodies hit the floor. That's going to be another jump ball. And it'll stay with Oldham County. Seems like they're getting the benefit of all the jump balls here in this one, just the way it's worked out thus far. Leche in possession.
Leche more the setup man tonight. Really hasn't looked to shoot the ball. He's more the setup guy.
I don't know that he has even taken a shot as Harmon misses the three. Keitlinger, though, on the offensive rebound. Now Bryant will fire another one up. He comes up short, and Bodie Stone comes down with the rebound, and he's promptly fouled by Keitlinger. So back to Simon Kenton it goes. They lead by one. It's more backcourt pressure, but it's a lighter version than we've seen at some points in this one, and the turnover either way.
That time Stone under the basket, had a wide open shot. I think was shooting it before he had it in his hands, dropped it out of bounds.
I didn't know if it was that or if the pass was just had too much heat on it. Either way, though, the turnover, and now Oldham County will try to jump back on top.
I think sometimes they're counting that bucket before it's made.
Markham cross court, great pass to Bryant, and Bryant can't convert. Good vision there by Markham on that last possession, as now the foul inside. Polly thought he had a three-point play chance. Instead, the foul is going to happen on the floor. Just 11 free throws shot between the two teams in this game.
And I'm not so sure that was a foul. I think we actually had a better angle than the official inside. And it looked like Bryant completely missed him. And, of course, Polly, he was wanting the three-point play.
Tyson Weaver set to toss it in. Does so for Jordan Bach, who's been very quiet since that first quarter when he knocked down a pair of threes. Hasn't scored since, and now too much heat on that one from Stone trying to get it to Polly.
It's turnover number 13 from Simon. If there's been an Achilles heel this game, that's where they've hurt themselves more than anything.
As now Harmon on the other end gets it to fall. Second three of the game by Jeremy Harmon. And the first points of the quarter for Oldham County. As now they're going to get a steal with Leche.
Another turnover for the Pioneers.
Ryan in the corner. Hinkle will fire. Rebounded by Stone, and now whistle stoppage of play, and we're going to get a full timeout taken here with 5:32 left here in this ball game. Oldham County 36, Simon Kenton 34. We'll slide in a break ourselves. Stick with us. More Oldham High School's basketball coverage coming right up on Glycod.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville. You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
36-34, Oldham County leading over the visiting Simon Kenton Pioneers with 5:32 left here in this contest. Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest back with you now. And Coach, we've got a finish brewing here in this one. I think we thought it was going to be a close game, and I don't know that either of us anticipated this tight coming down to this point in the game.
Well, I think both of us thought it may be somewhere in the upper 40s or such, and they're probably going along that one as the pace of this thing is kind of slowed down. Simon making more turnovers, giving Oldham an opportunity to keep back in it, and Oldham trying to take advantage.
As it will be Simon Kenton basketball to come out of the half. So try to even this thing back up or potentially hop back on top of the scoreboard. As Weaver sends it to the right for Jordan Bach. The senior still in possession, now sends it over to Stone. Stone to Weaver. Now Eddie Marks in possession. Stone gives him the screen on top for Polly. Bach will fire the three. This one long and rebounded by Hinkle. Smallest player on the floor secures the rebound. Well, he may have an inch or two over Jeremy Harmon. As Hinkle in possession now.
Still in that 2-3 matchup, 2-3 right now by Simon Kenton. Oldham in no hurry.
Oldham County, every time they're just getting the ball in that right corner to Markham, and he's continuing to find Ty Bryant on top of the key. Pretty impressive passing skills by Markham. As Hinkle over to Harmon, back to Hinkle. Harmon thought about a three. Chewing up some clock here are the Colonels as we're down to just over 4 minutes left.
Got to be careful. Got to reverse the ball down to the corner from time to time.
As Harmon going to wind up with a great look, and he knocks down another one.
Well, their patience paid off. They burnt more than a minute and then hit the three from Harmon out front.
Harmon now above his season average in terms of points per game, and now the turnover on the other end.
Well, that seems to be the boogaboo, if you will. That's turnover number 16 for Simon Kenton, their own worst enemy.
Coach Steiner not going to be happy with those numbers as they do trail by 5. Biggest lead of the game for Oldham County. And with 3:33 left in the game, we're going to get a 30-second timeout as we're going to send it away for a break ourselves. 39-34, you're watching Oldham High School's basketball coverage on Glycod.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations.
Oldham High School's basketball tonight on Glycod, as we have been treated to a fantastic game. 39-34, Oldham County on top. Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest back alongside you. And, Coach, really the main story of this game has been the turnover numbers thus far.
That's the big thing that's kept Oldham in it and actually helped them get the lead. Excellent move by Markham across the lane, but can't finish.
Back comes Simon Kenton. By the way, 16 turnovers for them, just 6 for Oldham County. But a wide open three here by Jordan Bach, and he can't convert that time, but Bilton will lay it up and in. Good find by Stone.
Boy, Bach can't find one since that first quarter.
Now Markham across for Harmon, and Harmon's going to get fouled with 3:02 left.
Well, Harmon has shot the ball well from the outside. Neither team close to shooting the bonus as of yet.
Oh, just 2 fouls apiece. I think that was a little bit of the fouling there for Coach Steiner. Realizes, hey, we got to continue to do this. We want to get to a point where we're playing the foul game, and now a near turnover. As Bach jumping the passing lane, but couldn't quite get both hands on it.
Oldham has flipped Harmon over to the left-hand side. He's had success out front, knocking down threes on the right-hand side. So let's see if Simon realizes he's changed sides.
Jordan Bach and Bodie Stone coming out of the game for Simon Kenton. As Marty Taylor back out onto the floor, as is Braden Polly.
Looking to double the ball right now out front, Simon is.
And Leche gets his first points of the contest.
Good time for Leche to put up a jumper and make it.
Absolutely, as it puts Oldham County back up by 5. Bilton drops it for Weaver. Polly gives him the screen. Weaver going to look for a teammate here.
Oldham straight man-to-man, switching at times.
And how about that quick drive by Weaver? Can't get it to fall, but Marty Taylor right there for the putback.
Taylor, Johnny on the spot for the rebound, stick back.
Marty Taylor did not score in the first half. He's got 4 here in the second half. As the drive there by Hinkle, a little wild. Back comes Simon Kenton, trailing by 3. Taylor going to get another one to fall. Give him 6 now. It's Simon Kenton back to within 1.
The pace is quickened and it's favored Simon. Looks like close to being a turnover, 10-second count.
And Markham, how about that find down to Harmon, who lays it up and in.
Boy, Oldham just dodged the 10 count, almost had the ball stole, and eventually they get a layup out of the deal.
Been very impressed with the passing abilities of Henry Markham here tonight. Oldham County back up by 3, 80 ticks to play. Bilton thought about the 3. And we are going to get a timeout called by Coach Steiner. We're going to keep it here through this timeout as it's a 43-40 lead for Oldham County with 1:13 left to play. Coach, let me pick your brain here. Get in the mind of a coach. If you're Coach Steiner over there on that Simon Kenton sideline, what are you telling your kids right now?
Well, I think he stays with what he's doing defensively. They've gotten out of their zone. They've gone man-to-man, and they're trying to put pressure on the ball by running and jumping. And in doing so, that's got them the last couple of buckets easier way, so they've actually picked up the tempo of the game. The thing we want to be looking at is neither team are close to being in the bonus here late in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Now, how about for Oldham County, if you're Coach Renner, what are you saying to your guys leading by 3 with 73 seconds left?
Well, you want to keep good spacing because Simon's trying to double you, so keep your head up. Don't dribble with your head down, because if you do, what you're basically saying is, here, trap, come and get me.
I I think it is really interesting when we look at the pacing of this game. It really has been as simple as when teams are going up and down, it's favoring Simon Kenton. When it's being slowed down, it's definitely favoring Oldham County.
Very much so, and I think that has a lot to do with its youth. You know, they're young. You make them play fast. Maybe they make more turnovers than they normally would.
Yeah. So both teams now heading back out onto the floor.
Bach has really been the absentee player since the first quarter for Simon.
Yeah, see if they can get him going here in this final minute 13. As Stone with it on top of the key, going to send it in the corner for Bach. A little high, has to get it off for Bilton, who gets to the bucket for the finish. Bray Bilton now with 10 points.
Here comes the pressure.
Hinkle down low, and we're going to get a foul on the floor as he had a great pass off for Bryant.
Well, it saved a bucket.
It did.
Because they'll get it out of bounds now rather than the made bucket inside. Still a couple fouls to go for Oldham before they get in the bonus.
And with that, we're going to get another timeout, this time a full timeout with 54.4 seconds left as we will step aside for a break as well. Colonels leading by 1, 43-42. A barn burner finish coming right up on the other side of this break. Stick with us. More Oldham High School's basketball coming up on Glycod.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville. You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
Under a minute to play here at Oldham County. Justin Kalen, Gary Forrest back alongside you as we have been treated to a fantastic game here tonight. 43-42, Oldham County with the lead, as it will be their basketball coming out of the timeout here. As Harmon will be set to inbound underneath the Oldham County basket.
Watch a high screen. Watch Roland Markham back to the basket.
As Markham was posting up on Polly. As Leche now going to drive inside, and he's going to be fouled. So all of a sudden, that's 14 fouls now on Simon, and they'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way for Oldham County. Hinkle with 45, off for Bryant. And Bryant's going to get fouled, and he'll be the one heading to the free throw stripe.
I know he's an 8th grader, but I'm not so sure that's the guy I want on the line if I'm Simon Kenton. You know, he's just young enough that I don't think things like that bother him.
That's a good point, yeah. So he'll calmly step to the line here. And gets the friendly home roll on that first one.
It bounced all over the place. I'm going to bet this one goes straight through. Take that deep breath. He's relaxed now.
So he looks over at Coach Renner. Gives him a nod of some sort as now he fires up the second one. And you called that one, Coach. 2 for 2 from the stripe.
After that first one, it was easy for him. He's going to be a good one.
Now 4 of 4 from the stripe here in this second half for Oldham County. So Simon Kenton yet to go to the free throw line, and they trail by 3.
Oldham's got fouls to give.
Now Polly drives in, and good finish there for him as Simon back to within 1. Now 20 seconds. Harmon with the basketball. He gets trapped. Markham able to run it down off for Hinkle. And Hinkle's probably the one they want shooting as he has the basketball here. Instead, they're going to call the foul on Jordan Bach against Jeremy Harmon. So it'll be Harmon headed to the stripe. His team leading by 1, 9.9 seconds left. So you got to knock them both down.
Well, here's your trade-off. He makes them both. You still have a 3 to tie it.
As Harmon misses that first one. And that could prove big. Second one falls through, so a 2-point lead now for the Colonels. And Simon Kenton will get a crack at the tie or the lead here as Bilton will get fouled by Hinkle in the backcourt. Just the third foul.
Still have fouls to waste.
They can do that one more time. They did take 3 seconds off there before fouling. Bilton will inbound. Gets it in for Marks. Marks over for Bilton. His three. Got it! Bilton is going to win it for Simon Kenton. And Coach Steiner with a massive smile on his face as his team is going to escape with a 47-46 win over Oldham County to move up to 8-4 on the season. Wow! What a moment here at Oldham County as the Simon Kenton players going through the handshake line, all understandably with huge smiles on their face. Coach, what a finish we just saw there.
Well, one of the things you'll ask yourself now, should we have fouled? You had a foul to waste or two, and you rolled the dice.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't foul when they got to the midcourt line, but you make decisions and you got to live with them.
You had a chance at midcourt to foul, but once the ball got away from you, you couldn't chase one down.
Absolutely. So we'll step aside for a break here, take some moments to collect our breaths, and we'll come back and break it all down on the other side as Simon Kenton gets it done. 47-46, the final score over Oldham County. Stick with us for your post-game coverage coming right up of your high school basketball coverage right here on Glycod.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management. Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware at 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
Lines Direct, not just blinds. Lines Direct, not just blinds.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And back here at Oldham County, where we were just treated to a heck of a ball game here tonight, 47-46. Simon Kenton gets it done. Let's take a look at that final shot one more time as Bray Bilton, Mr. Clutch, fires it off, and nothing but nylon gets it done in buzzer-beating fashion for Simon Kenton. Justin Kalin, Gary Forrest back alongside you. Coach Steiner on his way here. So we're going to catch up with him here in this segment. But Coach, what a game we just saw here tonight.
Well, it sure was, and the last team to have the ball wins, and Oldham will probably think again about not using the foul or two they had left to go in the game, and it kind of slowed itself down, the tempo, but I tell you, the last 4 or 5 minutes, it was really good to watch.
Yeah, no doubt about it as they get it done 47-46 as we're now going to get that headset over to Coach Steiner and have a word with him. Fresh off of a big win, 47-46 as Coach joins me now. Coach, first of all, congratulations. Huge shot there by Bray Bilton to end it.
I think he was 0 for 5 from the 3 prior to that shot. He truthfully is the best scorer on our team. He's got the most score. He's got a scorer's mentality with everything that he does. And he told me, he said, Coach, I knew I was taking that shot. Everybody on our team knew he was going to take that shot too.
Well, what an exciting ending. He ends up with 13 points, and his older brother Jay was out tonight. You're all's leading scorer. How proud are you of Bray to come up, step up like he did, and knock down the game-winning shot?
Well, we have 3 sophomore guards that Coach Forrest can tell you. Sophomore guards can give you a headache, and give you a heartache, and give you the best stuff ever in the world. But and they give me gray hair. I've got enough of that. But with Eddie Marks, Bray Bilton, and Tyson Weaver, those 3 guards got to play tonight in a dog fight. And you can't, no matter what we do in practice, no matter how hard I try to make it, you just got game reps, or you can't get enough of those. And so I was very proud of our kids just to find a way to win. I thought we did too much looking at the scoreboard. They hit a shot to go up 36-34. We throw the daggone thing up into the concession stand, and then we miss a 3. But it's just a dogfight. We're lucky to get a win. We'll take it.
Yeah, I want to bring up the turnover situation. You all had your fair share of them. That really made this game probably a lot closer than it should have been, as Oldham County was held to under 10 turnovers. So they took care of the ball much better than your squad. But how proud are you of your guys? You all had to battle up and down throughout the night. It seemed like the score was jumping back and forth throughout the entirety of this one before you all ultimately got it done.
Well, no excuses. When you take the head of the snake off with Jay, Jay is a 3-year starter at the point, so there's no excuses. But other people have to step in and figure out what's going on. And it took us I can't even say we figured it out tonight, honestly, but we won. So that makes everybody feel better. And it's better than the other side, truthfully.
No doubt about it. Y'all have got some tough competition coming up. You play Huntington Prep next Friday, that game at Thomas More University. Then you'll take on Grant County the game following that the following Friday. Then you'll take on Collins next week as well. So a tough schedule upcoming. How important is it for you tonight and your team back in the locker room to get the win here for momentum moving forward?
Nobody wants to lose. Yeah. Everybody's practicing, but nobody wants to lose.
Sure.
And that's what I try to tell our kids is these teams are practicing their tail ends off as well. So if you're going to beat somebody, you gotta insert or assert yourself, your will on them. And I thought Oldham County had an awful lot of fight tonight.
No doubt about it. All right, Coach, well, we'll let you get out of here. Go celebrate the win with your team. Appreciate your time. Congratulations on the win, and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you very much. You still got Gary Forrest dragging you around here?
I still got him dragging me around. Yep, wouldn't want anybody else, Coach. That's a talk with Coach Trent Steiner of Simon Kenton, whose team gets it done tonight, 47-46. We'll slide in a break here, come back on the other side. We'll bring you some statistics from this one, as well as your most outstanding players upcoming as well. Stick with us for that right here on Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
Check it. Oh.
Need a better battery? Get an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Should have had an Interstate.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
And back here, Oldham County High School, where we have wrapped up our ball game, 47-46, the final score as Simon Kenton gets it done over Oldham County. And we have got to bring you some individual scoring numbers, but first let me remind you that tonight's scoreboard is presented by Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions. Clarity for your financial future. All right, first for Simon Kenton, the winning Simon Kenton Pioneers. They had 8 guys find the scoring column. None more important than Bray Bilton, the sophomore, finishes with 13 points. 9 of those coming in the second half of play. 8 points for Bodie Stone. 6 for Marty Taylor. 6 for Jordan Bach as well. By the way, all of Jordan Bach's coming in the first half. All of Marty Taylor's coming in the second half. 6 points for Braden Polly as well. 3 for Will Scobie. 3 for Eddie Marks. And 2 for Tyson Weaver. So, Coach, pretty balanced scoring all around for Simon Kenton here in this one.
Yeah, very much so. And, they did a great job in distributing, got the ball to the people who warranted it when they were shooting well. And, guys that weren't shooting it well didn't force the issue.
6 guys finding the scoring column for Oldham County as they were led by Jeremy Harmon at the end of the day with 14 points. 12 points for Ty Bryant. The 8th grader played very well here in this one. 9 points for Will Hinkle. 6 of those coming in the second half. 8 for Henry Markham. And 2 points for Nolan Leite, who scored late in that ball game for his first points, and 1 point for Brooks Keitlinger at the line here in this one. So there's a look at your individual scoring as Simon Kenton gets it done 47-46. We'll slide in a break here, come back on the other side. We'll bring you some team statistics from this ball game. Stick with us for that. Oldham High School's basketball coverage continues on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware at 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Lycon.
And back here at Oldham County, one final time this evening as Simon Kenton wins it 47-46, the final score. And we have got to bring your final statistics as well as your most outstanding players. As let's first take a look at the most outstanding players presented by Crestwood State Farm Insurance agent Leslie Gilly. For a quote on home, auto, or life insurance, contact Leslie at 502-384-6184. As first for Simon Kenton, we're going to go with Bray Bilton. He ends up hitting the game-winning shot. He ends up with 13 points in a game that his older brother, Jay Bilton, unable to go here in this one. Bray picks up the slack with 13 points in the game-winning shot. And 14 points for Jeremy Harmon for Oldham County, who is going to be our most outstanding player for them as they fall in this one by one. And now we'll bring you your final statistics. Your final statistics from this one are brought to you by German American Bank. Support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more info. Coach, what you got?
Well, we look at
you know, as one of the big deciding factors. Let's take a look at Simon Kenton first. For the total twos on the game, they were right at 50%, 12 of 24, and they were 6 of 11 from the threes for a total. Turnovers, 20 turnovers, and, you know, that's a great equalizer. That's what kept Oldham in the game for Oldham County for the game. Turnovers, only 8. So there's a difference of 12 turnovers that kept them in the game. Shot it from the threes fairly well, 2 for 9. And from the twos, they were 11 of 31 for your game totals. But turnovers, rebounds were sort of a push. Both teams right at 20 to 21.
Well, there you go. There's a look at your statistics. By the way, free throws, Oldham County with a 67% showing from the stripe. They went 8 of 12 from the line. Simon Kenton, 1 of 3, all 3 of those happening in the first half. Now let's take a look at the upcoming schedule presented by D's Consulting, proud community partner and sponsor of tonight's game on Glycod. As there's a look at what's upcoming, we have got a loaded slate coming up for you on Glycod, so make sure you keep it locked right here on Glycod for all those contests. Before we get out of here, certainly want to thank our helpers here tonight. Steve Bird, the executive producer of Glycod, getting us all the information, statistics, rosters to be able to bring you all this contest. Tim Bryan is our on-site producer, keeping us up and running, as always, doing a great job. It was Vicki Bryan on camera for us this evening. As always, she does a marvelous job as well. Coach, big shout out and thanks to you as well. And alongside Gary Forrest, this is Justin Kalen saying so long and good night. Simon Kenton gets it done, 47-46 over Oldham County. You've been watching Oldham High School's basketball coverage right here on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Oldham High School's basketball. Tonight's game was brought to you by Oldham County Solid Waste Management, featuring the Waste Wizard search engine. Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. German American Bank, serving our community since 1910. LaGrange Service Center, Mortensen Family Dental, Operation Parent, and Financial Solutions Incorporated.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.